I just watched another amazing Dan Heisman video, step by step chess analysis, proper old school chess calculation exercise where he talks through this position on the board for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, sharing his analysis and his evaluation of each position. And then he switches the engine on and looks what he finds. It's just a really, really good video. It's just, it's kind of like knocked me back a bit. It's like, yeah, I used to be able to do things like this. And really sort of having had a year out of chess and done a little bit of chess recently. Yeah, I've got a long way to go to come back, but we can try. But this video, anyway, is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put a link in the description. Let's just have a little sample of this video. Okay, just took the bishop back to the original position. Here we go. Let's have a look at this.
Move without analyzing the sequences. So in this position, it's definitely an analytical position, and it's going to be black's move, but let's look at white's move to see what he did so we can figure out what we want to do. In this position, white plays bishop d5. So the first thing you want to ask in analytical positions is, what are all the things that move does? You don't want to ask, why did he make that move? Because if you do, and you come up with a reason why someone made the move, and you miss other things that the move does, those things that you miss could be fatal.
That's a really good point. So the fact that we moved the bishop d5, thinking, oh, he's moved the bishop because it's been attacked by the knight. And then what we then do is sort of play a different move because we think that's the only reason that White's done that. So that just makes perfect sense. Actually, I've never sort of thought of that really like that in that way before. Let's just have a look a bit more. I don't want to watch too much because I'm only allowed to watch so much, but you'll get the gist of this position. And then
So in this case, for instance, you could argue that the bishop moved from c4 to d5 to prevent the knight on a5 from capturing the bishop, but that would then ignore the fact that the bishop on d5 is now attacking b7 and it's attacking e4, and it's supporting a knight's attack on knight's a threat on f7. It's not a threat yet, but the knight's possibility to go there later. So we want to ask, what are all the things that move does? And we just mentioned a bunch of them. It prevents the knight on a5 from taking the bishop on c4. It double attacks e4 and b7, but both those squares are guarded. And it also unguards the pawn on b5, which could be important because the pawn on b5 is attacked by the bishop on e1. Is there a threat? Sure. The way we can figure out if there's a threat is to do what's called the no move hypothesis. What you say is, suppose I do nothing. Suppose black does nothing and makes no move. Well, then white would play bishop takes e4, and you might say, well, e4 is guarded, what's the problem? And the problem is that would be a sneaky pin, because the pawn on f5 is pinned by the rook on f1, and if bishop takes e4, you can't play f takes e4 because rook takes f8 would be checkmate.
So that is just what we're on. 3 minute 8 minutes, 3 minute 8 seconds, and it goes to 27 minutes, and it's basically just analysing that position, and it's just proper obscure analysis. Is what you want. So what he's just talked about in that position, and this is a really nice position. There's so much going on in this position, so much complexity. Like I don't know what this knight's doing. Like stuck on f5, but that's not the point. So yeah, the point you mentioned here in this position is if it was white to play and not black to play, I think that's the mindset to sort of try and train ourselves into is to look at opponent threats. You've got to have proper time. You can't just play blitz. You don't have time to think, or even rapid. So in this move, if it was white to play, he takes the knight on e4, pawn takes, and the rook comes down and it's f8 checkmate. So that's a major threat in the position, which black's got to deal with. And there are many candidate moves and many good positions and many good ideas in this video. So I will put a link in the description if you want to watch this amazing video. And thank you, Dan, for still continuing, in my opinion, to be one of the best sources for adult chess improvement out there. So thank you, Dan, and I hope you will all watch this video and enjoy it as much as I did. Although I do need to sit down now. Thanks for watching.